What is the most westerly capital? Westerly, is that a word? Westerly
Westerly?
capital? Yeah. What is the most westerly capital city in mainland Europe? The
Yeah.
westerly, yeah.
Yeah.
You get the
In
question.
mainland Europe.
In
I mean,
mainland,
that's got to be Lisbon, right?
bingo.
Wait.
You
Was that?
okay?
Yeah. That's what I'm going
So
with.
that was, yeah. You are correct. You're correct.
Okay. We're
You
good.
got to go with that instinct. You got to go with the first thought that pops up in your brain. And you're right.
That's what I've always said.
Yeah. My cousin Tony
I've
is
never
trying to
said
get
that.
me to travel to Lisbon with him, and I don't know if I should
Is
do
this
it.
a real story?
It's a real story. Yeah, I have a cousin Tony. If he's listening to this,
That sounded fake.
I know.
It sounded like you were
Anytime
just
I say
improvising.
that,
Like my cousin,
I'm like
Tony.
my cousin Tony. But no, he's a real
I think
person.
it's because that's such an Italian name.
Yeah. And
your name's Karsten Runquist. It doesn't sound like you should have a cousin Tony.
Yeah. I saw a post recently that was like Karsten Runquist gives off the same vibe as Benedict Cumberbatch, which I'm like, I can see
That's
it,
interesting.
I guess. Two very insane names.
Very
I'm proud.
handsome.
Yeah. Two of the
Two
biggest
very
stars in
handsome
America. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Honestly, you're getting there. You're growing by the day. Your
Day,
influence knows no boundaries.
It's been a crazy month for the channel. There's been a lot of big movies out.
This is our new segment, Karsten Runquist channel update.
The channel update is actually going really well. With Minions out and what else? There's Lightyear, Elvis, Stranger Things. I'm just like, there's so much to talk about these days. Thor. So thanks to everyone that's been watching the videos. It's been really crazy over here at Karsten Runquist Studios. See. Yeah.
Yeah. Which pretty soon you're gonna have to register an LLC.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, your Elvis movie, your Elvis video is doing well. Your Lightyear video did really well. Stranger Things
that's
video,
what I'm saying.
great.
Yeah, it's been like.
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of popping off.
No, it's been.
Let's see.
Good.
What's your last video that did really badly?
Probably
your Encanto video wasn't the
Encanto video was a big. No, it was a big flop. I honestly, the Knife Out videos, I really want to make them work, but they're just not performing the way you want them to. Yeah, and everyone in the comments is like, "Hey, man, I know you're always talking about how bad these are doing, but like, just so you know, we love these videos." And I'm like, I appreciate that, but I don't.
Yeah, it's a niche.
I don't know if it's
community within the broader Karsten Runquist community.
The comments are always like, "We didn't come here for a list of ingredients. We came here to hear your movie opinions." And I'm like, "All right, well,
wow,
heard."
Yeah,
and I haven't cooked since. I do not touch the grill.
Your new place doesn't even have a kitchen.
No, it's just a TV for watching movies. That's all I'm here for. Yeah. Anyway, what's new?
How's your
anything
week
new with you? It was pretty good. I got my nails painted. That was cool. Got the nails. Got a nice sparkly silver. I've been going to the climbing gym a lot. I know I've talked about this before, but I am like, that is my new thing. I am obsessed. It's so fun. Big climbing fan.
It feels like a climbing gym and getting your nails done are like competing concepts.
Yeah. I realized that the day after I got these done and went to the climbing. I was like, oh, this is not gonna work out. This is probably not gonna go well. And to be honest, they're pretty intact. But the guy there that was like checking me out on my way out was like, "Yeah, you kind of got to give up the nails thing if you're gonna climb." And I was like, "All right, well, good to know."
Yeah, that's sage wisdom.
Yeah, from Matthew.
From Matthew at the
I
climbing
name
gym.
tag.
Shout out to Matthew.
They call me out every time I'm there. The other day I was like, "Can I rent a harness?" And they're like, "You can just borrow one, but you got to bring it back." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "I know that mustache anywhere." And I was like, "All right." And then I just
Wait, do they?
I just don't know.
Do they know that you're like you as Karsten Rundquist, or they are just
that's
saying that you have such a specific mustache that even though they don't know who you are otherwise, they identify you?
Well, I'm like, everyone here has mustaches. Why me? Why are you picking on me here? Like, it's not. I know it's a little rough around the edges, but I know. I was like, maybe
it's a climbing gym. Everyone has a mustache.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how am I the only one?
They smoke out of a corncob pipe as well.
Yeah. They're Patagonia bong.
Yeah.
I don't know. How was your week, Jeff?
It was just a very abrupt transition. Patagonia bong.
Yeah.
How's your week?
How was your week?
I just went for a matinee showing of Minions. The Rise of Gru.
Yeah.
My mom came with me because I don't know, she just felt like it. So
I think
it's a mother-son Rise
Minions
of Gru
outing
showing.
Yeah,
except for like school. It's the summer, right? So normally you'd think, a Monday at noon, no one's gonna be there. This movie theater was packed. like there was like no seats available.
That's
very few
crazy.
Seats. And because it's summer, so all the parents were taking their kids. So it was a lot of kids.
Yeah. And now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Guys, sometimes life comes at you fast and throws you a curveball, and it really sucks when you don't have someone who can help you talk through it. Isn't that right, Jeff? Would you agree?
That is right. I mean, I think that, I know I have. I'm sure you have, and many other people have times when things aren't, feeling great.
Yeah. I mean, life is full of twists and turns, and it's important to show up for yourself through it all. And BetterHelp Online Therapy will assess your needs and can match you with your own licensed professional therapist in less than 48 hours.
Therapy obviously is a very personal thing, and I think you have to, try different things to see what works best for you. Mm-hmm. For some people, obviously, that's seeing an in-person therapist. But for others, this could be a fantastic option.
Right. As myself, I have gotten therapy in the past. And it's one of those things where you're like, do I need therapy? And it's one of those things where you should just do it regardless, because you don't realize until you're doing it that, like, therapy is very beneficial in more ways than just having someone to talk to immediately. It's like by having that option, you can work through things and at a much faster pace, and just like, I don't know, it's healthy. It's good for you. And I've benefited from therapy in ways that I can't even get into all the ways I've benefited from it in just the small amount of time. And BetterHelp makes it so easy and a lot more accessible if it's always seemed like something kind of intimidating.
Yeah. That's the thing, is like, if you were someone who felt intimidated by the thought of therapy, this is like a easy entry into seeing what it's like.
Exactly.
And with BetterHelp, you can log into your account anytime and send a message to your therapist. You can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. So getting therapy every week is as easy as a few clicks.
Yeah. With therapy, it can take a few tries to find the right fit for you. BetterHelp makes it easy and free to change therapists if needed. So honestly, you should give BetterHelp a shot. And the best part is that they have a special offer for our listeners. Not my love. This is a community.
I mean, it's they're it's listeners for both of us, Karsten.
To the Jeff heads. You can get 10% off of your first month at betterhelp.com/kcast. That's 10% off your first month of online therapy at betterhelp.com/kcast.
KCAST.
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 I will say, it's probably best you went with your mom and not just alone. I feel like it would be weirder to just go to the Minions movie alone,
Yep. That's a good call.
Were there boys there that were dressed in suits? Was that cuz
no one was dressed in a suit.
No suit.
I mean, if anything, I was the best dressed there. I was wearing a quarter zip. So I mean, honestly, everyone else was dressed like trash. I don't even know why they bothered showing up.
Disrespectful to the Minions.
It was disrespectful to Steve Carell. It was disrespectful to the producers. Disrespectful to the theater in general. When we left, the person who was the ticket checker, I just read I'm sorry about all these people. They didn't understand.
I'm sorry, they just didn't get the memo that we were supposed to be presentable.
Yeah, I mean.
A lot has the last time we recorded this, I brought up that as an anecdote that teenage boys are dressing up in suits and seeing the Minions and then cheering during it. And since then, I've seen
I think we both have seen some of the news where
some
theaters
they have to stop
banned suits.
Yeah, which is so funny. I saw a video of a bunch of guys with a trash can full of bananas, and they wheeled it into the theater and then just sat there with bananas the whole time, which crazy.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
I
saw
that
one. Well, their whole thing is they say banana a lot. The Minions. I don't know if they say it a lot in this movie.
Yeah,
but real Minion fans know.
Okay, real quick before we get into this movie a little bit more. What language do they speak? Because they were speaking a lot of sped up Spanish.
So yeah, that's been that has been a talking point. Is that I think they just speak a different form of Spanish because it's the language it's closest to is Spanish, but it's not Spanish. it's its own thing. Which it just there's a lot of questions there. Who are they? Where do they? What is this language?
Yeah,
what's the origins?
Just people who are bilingual, English and Spanish, seeing this film would be. And also, wait, what about the Spanish dub of the film? Isn't that just
right?
Wouldn't that be insane to watch? If you were a native Spanish speaker and you're just understanding a lot of what the Minions say.
Yeah.
It was kind of like when I saw Dune and in France, so the subtitles were all in French, and when they spoke the alien language, the French people all understood what they were saying. It was so I had to ask the French people what the alien language was saying. It's kind of like that, but with Minions.
Yeah, the Minions movie needs subtitles for when the Minions are speaking. It sounds like because we don't know what they're saying.
I was amazed at the commitment to having full scenes with the Minions talking to each other in an indecipherable language for a minute straight without subtitles or anything.
And you kind of get the gist. You're all right, I know what's happening. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm okay, I see what Otto's up to. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was Kevin, Bob, Otto, Stuart was one of them, you said?
Yes, Stuart. And those are, I think, the main players. It's there were three. And then they added one to this movie, the one with the braces, and I think that's Otto, I think.
Mm-hmm. Now you've seen all the Despicable Me and Minions films,
I have,
presumably.
Yes.
Yeah, I have not.
Have you not seen any of them ever?
I think I saw the first Despicable Me a long time ago, and I think that's it.
Okay. Wow. So this was really jumping into it.
I felt just diving in headfirst into a swamp or a river.
Well, the plot of this
is pool.
The plot of the first Minions, because this is technically a sequel to the first Minions movie, is that they are looking for like a leader to like follow around, and the movie ends with them finding young Gru, and you're like, oh shit, now they've met Gru, and that's gonna be
Oh,
the next
wait.
movie.
So the first Minions was before this
Yes,
chronologically.
yes. Yeah.
I thought this.
Um,
So that one also took place in the 70s.
technically the 60s, like it's technically even before the events of this. And the first half of that film is like strictly just Minions because there's no Gru yet, and they're just kind of wandering through society. There is some lore of like where they came from, and there's like
Can you explain
they're kind of like penguins.
Because I really
I would love
don't
to, but
understand
I
it.
don't fully understand it, even though I've seen it.
Okay, I'm gonna Google what are the Minions. What?
I think there are a lot of them out there, but they're yellow creatures. Wait. Despicable Me fandom. Let's see. Appearance, personality. God, they keep it as vague as possible.
Where did Minions come from? This is on Vox, so this is hard-hitting journalism.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
They're
evolved in the ocean.
Yes, I think that I remember that scene in the first one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then
They spent a lot of time in like
Gru
Antarctica.
Gru has a gun that can transform humans into minions.
I guess so.
So some
I
of
think
the
that's
minions came from getting shot by Gru,
Yeah, some of them are people that got shot.
and then but then they just their personality just becomes a minion personality where they're just like
Yeah,
a child.
and maybe that's the whole language. The language is like a broken down version of like whatever that person.
Wait, so
spoke,
your
and that's-
theory is that a bunch of Spanish-speaking people were shot by Gru, and they retained part of their language, so they just speak a broken
yeah.
Spanish as a minion, and the
Yeah.
other minions understand that for some reason, who came from the sea.
Yes. Yeah.
Just
it's
so
like
we are clear, that's the official Carson Rundquist
So we're clear.
position.
I think Gru did that. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I will have to revisit the first Minions to confirm if that's the case. But
I mean, I feel like that's a
Yeah.
YouTube video. You're talking, these couple
talking
100,000
millions of
successful.
views.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking millions. We're
yeah.
Anyways, the film, Karsten. What was your theater experience like?
My theater, I saw it. Well, I went with Cookie. I also did not go alone because I was like, I don't want to see this one alone. Sat near the back. There were a lot of kids there, teenagers in the third row who stood up and clapped during the illumination thing and did the whole like they were talking the whole time. But it was like a very interactive crowd where they played along with the film, which is honestly like kind of ideal. It was like I'm glad I'm here with a bunch of people who are excited to be here. And I personally had a good time watching the movie. And I think if I had seen this like alone, I do think a big part of it, because it's no secret that in my Illumination video, I hated all these movies. Like they're the worst movies ever. They're unbearable. And I think a lot of that,
Me and the Minions.
yeah.
I didn't know you hated these movies.
Oh, I hate these movies.
Oh,
I
never
don't
known
mind. The first Despicable Me is fine, but it's all down, and it's not just those. It's the rest of Illuminations, like the Secret Pets movies. They're just all bad. So
what do you
I went
think
in.
makes them bad?
Well, that's I kind of talk about it in the video, but it's like
If you're just saying I didn't watch the video.
Yeah.
Just a quick recap.
it's a mix of really bad animation. The animation in a lot of these movies looks really flat and dull, and it's just boring. A lot of the humor is, maybe it's just not my thing, but it's like the bottom of the barrel humor.
Okay, see, that's what I was waiting for you to say.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that-
not funny.
No, it's just like okay. The amount of times they got away with a character's getting their pants pulled down and then showing their butt was
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like, I thought that was going to happen one time. It happened like 4 times.
Yeah.
And
It's-
just so you know, that the strong response from my crowd of 7-year-olds. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. They could not get enough of those minions.
The kids eat this up. They love it.
The kids eat up the asses of the minions.
They are eating Gru's ass. It's crazy. These kids. Yeah.
I'll leave
so
that in there.
okay. The movies themselves are just like really boring in that way, where it's like nothing more than like fart jokes and really shitty like pop culture references a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And they were like really hard to get through. And I think a lot of it was because I just was like watching them at home in like the pandemic, just like miserable, just like one after another. And I think honestly seeing it in a theater makes it a slightly better experience, because I feel like being around, I'm easily, what's the word? Like influenced by the people around me. Like if the kids are laughing,
pressure.
I'm like, all right, yeah, it's pretty, yeah, yeah,
Yep.
peer pressure. So I don't know. I had a decent time, and I do think this is one of the better Illumination movies. I think it's actually a pretty decent movie.
Now, for many people, that would be a big compliment. But for you, who just said that these are the worst movies ever made, saying it's one of the better ones, it just means that it's not terrible, I guess.
Exactly. It's definitely not like the best thing. It's like it's not a good. Well, it's not a great movie. I don't think it's that good, but I was like entertained and yeah.
Okay. You have for me, I immediately felt like the Minions are kind of a ripoff of the Three Stooges.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah. I kind of talk about this in my video where it's like it's just slapstick. It's just like, and the fact that they don't really speak coherent words, I'm like, it's just like silent movie comedy. Like
it's like Harpo from the Marx Brothers.
Harpo,
who you would
Groucho
have
or
known
whatever.
if you watched Duck Soup
I
that
watched
time we were
Duck
supposed to.
I have seen the Minions, but I haven't seen Duck Soup. So, you know.
So we see where your priorities are as a film video essayist.
Yeah. I know what I want.
Commentator. You want
I guess
those
you're right.
little minions.
It's like 3 guys.
Yeah.
And 3 guys.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, damn. Maybe it is literally just the Three Stooges, but for kids. I guess they're for kids too. I haven't seen it. I can't speak on it. But
You have never seen the Three Stooges?
No.
Because that's not the same as the Marx Brothers. They're different.
No, I know. Yeah. I knew
like
that.
Moe, Larry, Curly.
Moe, Larry,
and then also
Curly.
Shemp sometimes.
Yeah, no. And Otto is Shemp. Sometimes Otto shows up.
There you go. Otto is Shemp. I think that we've pretty much cracked the code.
We cracked. Yeah, who's Gru?
We get
then?
it. Otto is Shemp. Gru?
Yeah.
He's like the guy who hires the Three Stooges to be like plumbers or whatever in each episode.
Interesting.
Because they always have like different jobs and they do them really badly. And then Moe like will punch the other ones in the head or slap them. And then Curly goes like nyah, nyah. And he makes a noise. And then Shemp just shows up later after Curly leaves. So it's like Larry. Yeah, Larry just has like clown hair. And Moe's just really mean. That's about it, honestly. It's not. Yeah.
You're kind of describing the Minions from like it sounds very similar.
Which one's the mean minion who's like the kind of in charge, but he's also incompetent?
I want to say it's Kevin's the nice one.
Kevin is Larry, I think.
Kevin is Larry. Bob is I don't know.
Yeah, because remember one of them when they were doing karate picked up Kevin and started smashing his face against the plaque, the wood.
Yeah.
Plate. So whatever one plank. There you go. That's the word. Yeah. I don't really have any further point I was making about this comparison.
No, yeah.
So we're both kind of lost here.
Well, I just think you're trying to say, okay, so it's just stuff like that, and like kind of looking at them not as necessarily, because here's the thing: the minions are either extremely annoying or like kind of fun and entertaining to watch,
Yeah.
and they're like, and I'm sure like Three Stooges. You can say this about a lot of different, even like the Penguins of Madagascar. I feel like are a different version of the minions. It's like little guys doing tasks that aren't easy.
Little guys. Yeah. That should be the actual synopsis of the film.
The little guys do more tasks. Minions too. Yeah. But I'm like, that's the thing about a lot of those Despicable Me movies.
Yeah.
And especially the first Minions is that they don't give them tasks. Like they honestly just kind of like bounce around and wander around and make like dumb noises and do fart jokes. And you're just like, what? For kids, yeah, like
it's great for
fun.
kids. But the thing is, I think the truly good kids films are ones that still appeal to adults, right? So like,
yeah,
even Toy Story, where there's nothing inherently adult about it. It still plays, I think, better than Minions.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing that's why this is kind of conflicting, because I'm like, this movie at least kind of gives them these fun like setups. I feel like the airplane scene, all of the kung fu stuff, just anytime the minions are by themselves, like Otto doing like the whole tricycle thing and getting rid of the whatever it's called. I'm just like, there's funny like setups and scenes, and I'm like, there's something to keep track of, and that makes the minions a little bit more fun to watch. And I'm like, I don't think parents would necessarily have a bad time watching this, but I do think the comedy itself is just so bad.
Yeah.
Like it's not funny, but it's like well made, and that's the general
thing
takeaway.
Where unlike Shrek, which is well made, but also like the comedy is a lot better.
Yeah, Shrek is so funny.
It's just, I think that making this film is a lot easier for the writers, because you can just throw in like these generic kids jokes. Now, really weirdly, there was a few jokes that would not make any sense to kids, and so like when he had the cheese gun. Yeah. In that like ice cream shop.
Uh-huh.
And then the guy at the counter says, "Don't cheese me, bro." That's referencing the "Don't tase me, bro" guy who was getting tased.
Oh,
says,
that
"Don't
went over
tase
my
me,
head.
bro." Yeah, it was
really
clearly
bad.
like a reference to that. And
right.
I was like, why is this even in the film? Who is this joke for? Like,
kids are like, "Oh, don't tase me, bro." I remember that. Damn. I feel like, well, that is actually a great point, because like these Illumination movies kind of try to do what Shrek did, because Shrek is like, yeah, it's for kids, but like there's so many adult references that adults are going to love this. Like there's things that only the adults will understand and they'll get a kick out of it. And Illumination's like, their idea of doing that is shitty, like "Don't tase me, bro" references, and like pop songs that I guess like the kids would, or the teens would like love. I don't know if you've seen the soundtrack for this movie. It's the weirdest thing. It's like a Phoebe Bridgers cover, and like Jack Antonoff, and all like I forget who else is in it, but it's insane. And everyone's like, why this movie? Why? And I don't know. They're just trying really hard to appeal to an older audience, and it comes off really cringy.
Yep.
Because the movie itself is not at all
as
that.
An older audience. Did this movie appeal to you, Karsten?
No. I mean, that's why I'm like, I had a good time. That's the thing, is like I was entertained for sure. It definitely like it was like sugary in the way I wanted it to be, where I'm like, it's so fast paced. I was never bored. It's not my kind of humor, but I was like, this
was
fun.
Sugary. Was it also savory?
In a way.
Was it sour?
Yes, some of it was sour.
What about tangy?
We'll see. Yes. Yes. And you don't want all of that in one thing, right? And that's why it's
that's
so
like a sugar-coated pineapple
yeah.
in butter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Back I
back to
never
the movie.
read I
You
never
didn't
read
read
the
the
synopsis.
Read that synopsis,
which
Karsten.
In the 1970s, young Gru tries to join a group of supervillains called the Vicious Six after they oust their leader, the legendary fighter Wild Knuckles. When the interview turns disastrous, Gru and his minions go on the run with the Vicious Six hot on their tails. Luckily, he finds an unlikely source for guidance, Wild Knuckles himself, and soon discovers that even bad guys need a little help from their friends. Now, if you didn't already get from that synopsis, and I don't know if you agree here, one of the big issues with this movie for me is just how plotted it is jumping through so many
The
hoops where
plot
they're like
made no sense.
it makes no they're like Wild Knuckles got kicked out and now Gru interviews for
Yeah.
them and then things go wrong and now he's under Wild Knuckles and Wild Knuckles is I'm like
Yeah,
what
but
the
here's
fuck?
the thing. Wild Knuckles tried to kill Gru a bunch, and then
he tortured him.
Yeah, he literally tortured him. And then Gru's like, I still like you. It's like never meet your heroes, but if you do meet your heroes and they're terrible, still like them.
Exactly, yeah.
Great message for the kids.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, he's
Yep.
sure is vicious.
Also, the whole thing about what is his name, Wild Knuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when he was still part of the Vicious Six, and he had to go get this gem from this Asian cave.
Yeah, yeah.
If there's 6 of them, why did he do it alone?
Like
What kind of
know.
plan? Like imagine writing up that plan. Okay, so I'm gonna go risk my life to get this gem, and all you other 5 wait in the car.
I know. You would think one person would wait in the car and everyone else
Right.
would go, but they're like, no. Maybe that was part of their evil plan.
I think that they were like, you know how hard it would be to animate all 5 of them.
Yeah.
in the cave. Like, wouldn't it be easier if we just have to animate one guy in there?
Exactly.
Save like a whole week of work.
Leave them in the ship, and then it's like,
Yeah.
Anyway,
Honestly, that would have been the best joke in the film, is if they had an extra scene where they were planning that heist, and that was like the plan they came up with. So it's like, okay, so all of you wait in the car, I'll go get it.
The adults would have loved that one.
Yeah.
The kids, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I always say the best Pirates of the Caribbean movie is the third one, because they spend 2 hours sitting at a table talking about the pirate code.
And that's what you're there for. You're not here for the action.
I'm there for
you want the
bureaucracy.
pirate code.
I'm not there for action. I just want to understand the law of the land.
Right. On the sea. The law of the sea.
The law of
we
the
should say,
sea.
'cause the pirates
Yeah.
are on those ships.
That's correct.
Now,
Good catch,
what'd you think of Steve Carell voicing young Gru?
Does he also voice old Gru?
Yes, and the difference obviously is he just does a high pitched voice here.
Yeah.
which
Which
the
is
whole
funny.
movie. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because you can picture it when you're watching. In your head, you just think of, like, what would Steve Carell sound like doing a high-pitched Eastern European voice? And then that's it.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that I was not a fan. That's the other issue I had with the movie is I don't like Gru that much. I think he's just too despicable.
Who do you think should have been cast? I know who your first choice would be.
Who?
Chris Pratt.
Chris. No, I.
Okay, because last episode we talked about the Chris Pratt, like how there's like weird articles that are supporting him and like a bunch of stuff. He's just like very.
He's trying to make
popular.
a comeback.
Yeah, he's trying to make the comeback. But for the first time ever last week, I did see someone call him Crisp Rat.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's because that.
How have we not done that before? Yeah.
Crisp Rat.
Yeah.
That's
a
gem of a name right there.
I saw Thor yesterday, and he's in that movie. They have
Did
like
everyone
a whole little Guardians of the Galaxy thing at the beginning, no one booed, but he was being weird. He's like he's trying really hard to be charismatic, and all that is his eyes being like really wide, and he's just like, and I'm like, that's not, you're not selling any, you're not doing it. So that was. It's just like, get Chris Pratt out of here, and then they did, and
Get Chris Pratt out of here.
Get get that rat out of here. Anyway, I mean, as you can tell, I didn't hate the movie, which is what I expected to happen. I was like, kind of just going to see this because I was like, I'll make a video about it, and then I ended up like kind of enjoying it, and I was like, that was, all things considered, not a terrible time.
Do you ever like a movie more because you know you're gonna make like a video that's gonna do well on it?
No. In
like,
fact,
you're not like, oh, that Dora movie was awesome. Cha-ching.
What's actually crazy is because like these last movies that I've been seeing, Lightyear, Elvis, and the Minions movie have all been movies where I thought going into it that I would either love them or hate. Like, especially Elvis, I was like, this will either be like a love it or hate it kind of video. And all three of these films, I've kind of gone out being like, it was just fine. It was like right down the middle. And I mean, I think Elvis is way better than Minions. I didn't mean to group them all together, but I truly, I'm like, this will make for a good video, but I'm going to go in with an open mind. Except this movie specifically, it was hard to go in with an open mind given I've seen all of the Minions movies before this and hated all of them. So can't say hopes were high, but did have a decent time watching it.
Here's the thing. I don't like the Minions. They're annoying.
Yeah. Hey, go off.
They just are, right? Like, you know,
they are, yeah. They're very annoying.
Like, the way they act is annoying. They just act like so entitled.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Well, and sure, but I'm also like, Gru is a piece of shit.
Oh, Gru's awful. Gru's awful. I wanted to see if you would call me out or agree if I called the Minions entitled.
I know.
Like you're expecting like me. Oh, they're annoying, like, and you're like, yeah, I can agree with that. And I'm like, they're entitled, and you're like, I guess.
I know. I was like, you got me there. I don't really know what to say to that.
No. I'm like, they're pretentious. Honestly, they think they're better than we are.
Yeah. I mean, what would you say about this movie? Like, what's your kind of conclusion here?
My conclusion is that if you are, in between 3 and 14, this movie is great.
Yeah. If you're having the worst day of your life, this will either make it a better day or a lot worse.
Yeah. It could be a better day because at least you can think, oh, it's someone's job to animate the Minions, and I don't have that job, so it makes your day seem better.
That makes me feel good.
Imagine you spend like weeks on end just animating Minions.
Yeah, I would hate to be the like,
voiceover person.
Yeah, it is one guy. I forget what his name is, but there is a guy who just does. He
just speaks all the fake Spanish.
Yeah, his name is Pierre Coffin.
Pierre Coffin?
Pierre Coffin, spelled Coffin.
Is he French?
He's a French animator, film director, and voice actor, best known for co-directing 4 films in the Despicable Me franchise and as the voice of the Minions.
So, wow.
Yeah, he just looks like a completely normal person.
Yeah, he's
yet he's the mastermind behind.
He was born in France.
Yeah,
it doesn't have a city.
Right.
But so his name actually is Pierre. Yeah, Coffin.
Pierre Coffin.
It's actually Pierre Louis Coffin.
It's all about the throat. You got to get deep in there. Anyway,
he studied cinema at the Paris Sorbonne Université.
I wonder. That's so funny. If you go to film school with the guy that goes on to voice the Minions.
Yeah,
and
and
you're
be
like, he's doing
like
great things.
people,
He really-
ask you about him later on. You're like, yeah, honestly, his voice was annoying, so I kind of saw this coming.
we all knew this was happening.
What if that actually is his real speaking voice?
I know. I can't do a Minions impression. Anyway, what would you give this movie, Jeff?
I'm gonna go like a 2 out of 5.
2. All right, yeah. I'm at like a 2.5,
Yeah.
which is again a lot higher than I thought it would be.
Who's your favorite Minion? Is it Kevin?
I like Kevin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Kevin. It's the best one.
Yeah, Kevin's good. Well, let's get into questions then. The Minions, what?
Do you have any other thoughts on Minions?
Not really. I mean, I'm just kind of tired of talking about it at this point. I'm like,
Yeah, because you had a video that I did not
the
watch.
video. Literally everyone has asked me, like even like all my friends, my family. They like last time we talked, they're just like, we heard you saw the Minions. What'd you think? And it's like I've had to tell everyone that I didn't hate it, which has been a crazy, exhausting experience. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. It's just simply like if you're looking to like, I'm not gonna say turn your brain off, but like just have a good time at the movies.
Then
your brain
should
doesn't
see
turn
Top
off
Gun
watching
Maverick.
the Minions. Yeah. You should see Top Gun Maverick. You're definitely it's a great summer popcorn movie. Take your kids.
Yeah.
Is
Is
the
the
Minion
Minion
language
language
gonna
going to be like Klingon, where people like dedicate their lives to speaking it?
It's like Lord of the Rings. It's like they invent a whole lane. People are like, I'm fluent in Minion.
People go to Minion Con and they all just speak the Minion language to each other.
That sounds awful. Yeah, well that does it.
That does it
Minions.
for the Minions.
It is in theaters now. Get tickets early, clearly, because Jeff's going to these sold
that
out
was
screenings.
crazy.
We'll get into questions. These come from the subreddit, and I say,
I have
mean,
a
if you're
question
down,
for you, Karsten.
Uh-oh.
Why are you so cool?
People have been trying to figure this out for years. And the best answer I can give you is no answer.
Damn, that is cool. That's
how it makes me
cool. See
that's what makes
you
me
can't
so
teach
cool.
that. Everyone listening,
Exactly.
like you're just born with it. You can't teach that.
Yeah. These come from the subreddit r/carscast, and this first one comes from GMC13579, and it is, hi, who is your favorite stop motion character before it was Marcel the Shell?
Well, I think this question was posed when they thought we were going to be talking about Marcel the Shell, which I wanted to. I actually really want to see that. It is not possible because I live in a film desert.
Well, I was not aware that it is just simply, it's like nowhere. Chicago's like one of the only cities that has this movie.
I think it's in like Miami and like Atlanta, so nowhere within 4.5 hours of me.
Yeah. Let's hope it goes a bit wild. I think you would really like that movie. Yeah,
I do too. Because I saw like the short film.
Yeah.
So see, as I say, Tampa, Florida, film desert, not to be confused with a film dessert, which would be like Hitchcock,
plenty of
apple pie.
Yeah.
Or
Minion bananas.
Minion bananas.
Minion
Foster.
banana split. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Country Bear creme brulee. That doesn't even sound good. It's just CB.
There will be Bloody Marys. That's not a dessert.
That's a drink. What is this going to be your new pop-up bar?
Yeah, just movie themed drink. Yeah. To answer the question, this is an easy answer for me, and it's not any of the Fantastic Mr. Fox characters. It is Gromit from Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
I like the dog.
Yeah, at least you didn't say one of the kid from Isle of Dogs.
Yeah, yeah. Just that kid from Isle of Dogs.
I don't know
Classic
his name. I
film
don't
character.
know anything about him.
But he seemed nice.
He
Kind
seemed
of.
fine, I
Yeah, he
guess.
seemed fine. Um,
Okay, favorite stop motion.
character.
Okay.
I will say, if anyone is in Chicago, that Music Box is doing a little stop motion film festival this month, and you guys should go to it. This is not sponsored by the Music Box, but they are. They're
Oh.
showing like everything but Mr. Fox, and I'm like, why the fuck aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway,
Gumby.
that's such a good answer. That's so good, dude. Gumby rules. Gumby is. I take back. No offense to Gromit, but Gumby. You had the toy Gumby, right, when you were a kid?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I did. My mom used to call me Gumby because I was so flexible.
Okay. So you froze for a little bit there.
That was you.
Now
You
I'm
froze.
back.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, I froze. It was not. Yeah, but I did hear that your mom called you Gumby. So
Yeah, because I was very flexible.
Yeah. I had the whole gang as toys.
It was not because I was green, just to be
No.
clear.
But you were green. But that's not why she called you Gumby.
Yeah, no, unrelated.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Gumby is a classic. If anyone's unfamiliar with Gumby, get aware.
Get aware.
Get aware now.
Get aware right now. Especially you, Vegard Strom. Start watching Gumby.
So yeah, get on the Gumby train.
Yeah. Monroe Page, you better watch some Gumby.
Yeah. Is
Watch the
Gumby
whole
like an
series, get back to
international?
us.
Is it just
I don't know what.
You are-
I mean, I feel like it has to be international, right? Like Gumby in
iconic
France.
figure? It seems like a European kind of character. I don't know what that
What I
Gumby origin.
yeah.
Oh no, it's a USC.
I mean, it is an American clay animation franchise.
Yeah. The top question is, what race is Gumby? And they just say green clay. That's the answer.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Who
this
would
question
ask
was
that question?
expecting. Yeah, what race is Gumby? Yeah. This next question comes from Phoebe's Doormat, and it is favorite rom-coms.
Wait, there's a Gumby theatrical movie from 1995.
Really?
I might have seen this when I was a kid and forgot about it. But
I watched something.
Oh, actually, wait. I probably didn't see this. It earned $57,000 at the box office on a $2.8 million budget.
Not a lot of people saw the Gumby movie. Yeah.
Hey, it received a 2007 remastered showing at the Tribeca Film Festival.
Okay. That's so random.
We got to watch the Gumby movie.
I would watch it. I would check it out. Favorite rom-coms.
Didn't we just do this question?
I thought we did, but it's from less than a week ago. So I guess we
always
kind
say
of talked
Notting
about
Hill.
it on Fire Island. You did say, yeah, that is what you said. I was gonna say When Harry Met Sally is pretty good, but
Yeah. What
that's
about
kind
the one where the guy holds up the sign at the door? It's the
Oh, I
guy
never-
from Walking Dead. What's his name?
yeah, I've never seen that movie.
I haven't either, but that's probably a good one.
Yeah, that's one of the great rom-com scenes. We'll say that.
Even though I just see the picture.
Yeah.
That always works. It's very romantic to hold up a sign.
Yeah, it's not creepy at all.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Lastly, Jeff, do you want to do our Discord thing where we go in Discord and just see who's there and if anyone?
Yeah.
You don't have to, but I just
Oh, I'm starting Discord right now.
Okay. I could always pop in there too. We should just one of these days we should just enter the voice channel there and see what
Yeah.
happens. Just see if anyone.
Okay, let's see. Carscast,
It's like, hey.
Servercast.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Let's just not do this.
Let's not do this. No.
Let's not do this.
Okay. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's get into the wrap up then. That does it for questions. Thank you guys for those lovely questions over at the
Okay.
subreddit.
Okay, wait. I'm going to type best question in the world.
It's going to be like, what is life or something?
Yeah, it's what is reality. That's not
that's
best question in the world for a date.
because this is a date.
Okay, Karsten, what makes you unique? Imagine going on a first date and asking someone this question.
Yeah. What makes you unique?
What makes
You're like,
you
hey,
unique?
thanks.
Too slow. You're not unique. Bye.
I'm not gonna answer that. That's what makes me unique, is I don't answer questions.
I'll answer it, Karsten.
Yeah, what makes you
create
unique, Jeff?
a special bond with your friends.
Yep. What? Yeah, that's what they know me for.
That's what they know you for. They're like, oh, that's the special bond guy.
That's the special bond. He always carries around a packet of super glue. Wait, can I tell
You
a
do
quick
that stupid
story?
like TikTok thing where you fist bump people and then turn your hand over and give them candy. You do that to everyone.
Yeah. I've been working on this wait. Oh, Jesus, it's like really glitchy right now. Did I lose you? Are you here? Okay, no,
You're good.
Okay. I've been working on a stop motion thing. I don't know if you can see it in the back. But it's like one single stop motion shot for a music video I'm doing. And it's required like using a lot of super glue, and I got super glue all over my hands the other night, and I had like a panic attack. So I was like, is my hand going to be like this forever? And it was not. So
Wait, was your fist closed?
No, it was just like it was like
super glued your hand closed.
Yeah, it like dripped, and I was like, "Oh God!" And I had guns for hands, and I was like, "This is like that one movie."
You were guns akimbo.
I was guns akimbo for a night. It's terrifying. Just going around shooting people.
Yeah, you could also play Edward 40 Hands.
Yeah.
Have you ever done Edward 40 Hands?
I've been in the same room as people doing Edward 40 Hands, but I have not been.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like the person you're talking about is Nick.
It's not Nick. I'm not going to. It does. I'm not going to expose who it was, but yeah. Doesn't seem fun.
No, it doesn't. Especially also, how do you go to the bathroom? You have to finish one of the bottles and then pee into the bottle. Like, wait, but no, you can't. You can't do anything. You're just like
can't
this.
do anything. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're screwed.
But we'll get into the wrap up.
You wear a diaper. That's how you do it.
Yeah. These come
Edward 40 Hands, real quick, just as an aside, is when you have two large alcohol containers strapped to your hands. They're like duct taped.
Yeah.
And you have to drink
it's
them
like
all.
It's like a party thing. Be weird if it.
Yeah, not a good party thing.
No one likes the Edward 40 Hands guy.
No one
will say that.
No. Except for you, because it was one of your close friends.
Next week's movie is I'm really struggling here. So much. I mean, would you want to see Thor, Jeff? Would you see that new Thor movie? It's not good. I don't think you would like it. But it's all I can think about right now. We can ponder some other options.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll figure this one out after the fact, because I can't really come up with much right now. Yeah. Anyway. That and then
that does
like
it.
To read a review from Chartable, because we love hearing what you guys have to say about the podcast,
especially me.
Yeah. Wait a second. We do not have any new reviews.
Please give us new reviews.
Please give us new reviews. We love hearing what you have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking and I can't I can't find anything. I'm sorry. We'll get
I
one.
blame you, Karsten.
We'll get. I know we need to push these reviews harder. We need people to. We want to know what you guys think of this podcast.
If it's good, even if it's not good, like if it's a negative comment, if you still give us 5 stars, and you can write whatever you want, and we'll still read it.
Exactly.
Unless it's like vulgar,
right? In which case,
then we won't.
We will not read it.
Yeah.
Lastly, we have to thank the people that we know. We know for a fact like the podcast because they are patrons over at Patreon.
Well, I mean, we don't know they like the podcast. We just know they're giving us money.
Right. They might just be doing this for fun.
For pity, if they think the podcast is so bad that no one else will support it.
Yeah, they're like, we'll take care of this.
Yeah.
The Patreon, patreon.com/Carscast is a great place to go for extra Carscast content, like bonus episodes, Q&As, shout-outs at the end of every episode, Zoom Hangouts, which we do every month.
Zoom Hangouts, that's coming up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is coming up. So yeah, if you want to get in on the fun and support Jeff and I, it's a good place to go to do so. Patreon.com/Carscast.
Yeah, I mean, the support from the podcast, like just from Patreon, I got this new webcam that's a lot better.
Yep.
I got this really good microphone. You got your really good microphone.
Yep.
That's
really,
we're investing some of the money back into the podcast. We're improving the product.
If you want to get a better podcast, this is how you do it. You support the Patreon.
Or you just listen to a different podcast that's better than this one.
Yeah.
I guess that might be easier.
Go somewhere else. So thank you. Alex Thomas, Anson Contreras, Aoinks, Belly, Big Beard Pirate, Camilla, Coop, David Borslow, David Sir, Delgo's brother Delbro, Eden, Everything Bagel Beats Nothing Burger, Finn Richardson, Goodnight Tail, Grant Gow, John Van Hout, Joshua Hughes, KDT, Let's Change the Google Search Results for PTA, Leah Butriago, Ramirez, Tamayo, Levin, good job with this episode, Liv, Rob, Lukewarm, Maddie Robertson, Martin Duff, Marilee Borslow, Meridian, Michael, Rennie, Monroe Page, Owen Felton, Pasta, Queen of Staten Island, Quentin Martini, Riley Ost, Ryan M., Sean Kenny, Stella Perry, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Mitty Werbin, Jagerman Jensen, Taylor Smiley Face, 10 Billion, The Raccoon from Airbud 7th Inning, Fetch, Vegard Strom, Waymond Motherfricking Wang Dude, Wes Kinley, Wiley Todd, Yusef A., and Zoe Hernandez McDonald.
Thank you for the person whose name was like good job with this episode.
Yeah, thank you, Levin. Appreciate it. Thank you for the feedback. I'm assuming that's referring to last week's episode. Yeah, you'll maybe Levin hated this episode. Who's to say?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, Levin has definitely not heard it. Hopefully, they won't be leaving.
Yeah, anytime soon.
Podcast.
Jeff, anything else to say?
Catch you on the flip side, Karsten Runquist. Have a great rest of your day, Karsten.
You too, Jeff. Catch you on the flip side. Thanks. You're welcome.